How to make a Bolognaise sauce. Try to prepare your vegetables at home as time in the lesson will be limited. The next few clips will show how to prepare the vegetables before preparing the rest of the dish. Start by preparing a red or white onion using a claw grip. Chop the top off. Put the point of the knife in first and then slice the top. Make sure you dispose of any waste as you go along. Now place the flat edge of the onion straight on the chopping board so it's nice and secure. Use a bridge hold to cut symmetrically down the centre of the onion, leaving the hairy roots on. Now you can peel the skin off the onion and any tough top layers. Once the onion is peeled, you're ready to start dicing your onion. Place the point of the knife into the onion and slice down lengthways, making sure to keep the root attached. Here you can see how the onion has been sliced, but it's still intact because you left the bottom of the onion on. You will now be able to slice across the onion to create neat and even diced onion. When your fingers get too close, you can tip the onion onto the flatter edge to continue cutting until all you have left is the end bit, which you can discard. Do the same with the other half. Chop each end of the carrot off. You can choose to peel the carrot if the skin looks tough, although a lot of nutrients are found very close to the surface of the carrot, so it's better just to thoroughly wash it if you can. Peel it from halfway down towards the board, then turn it round to peel the other end. Remember to tidy your scraps as you go along. You can now cut your carrot in half using a claw grip to secure the carrot, slice down the centre. Now using a bridge hold, slice down the middle and place the flat edge against the chopping board. Tucking your fingers in and holding the carrot securely, you can now cut lengthways down the carrots. Now cut across the carrots using a claw grip, making sure to tuck your fingers in. This will create neat and even pieces of carrot. You can now use exactly the same cutting process as we did for the carrots with the courgette, except you don't need to peel the courgettes. To prepare your pepper, hold it using a bridge hold and secure it against the board. Cut symmetrically down the centre of the pepper, turning it as you go if your knife is a little short. Now pull the stalk and the white centre bits out of the pepper. Slice lengthwise all the way through the pepper, holding it securely against the board again. Take a handful of the lengths and then you can cut across these to create neat and even diced pepper. Make sure your mushrooms are clean and cut the tips of the stalks off. If the mushrooms are large, cut them in half first and then all the way across to create little slices. To prepare your garlic, place it on the chopping board, cutting the top off. Open it up to reveal the cloves of garlic inside. You'll be able to take out the amount you need, in this case 2, and then place them flat on the chopping board, cutting the very tips off. Making sure the knife is flat against the garlic, use the heel of your hand to push down onto it and flatten it slightly. This will make it much easier to peel the papery type skin off. Now using a garlic crusher or garlic press, place the cloves of garlic inside and then squeeze the handles tightly until it crushes the garlic through. Use the back of a knife to scrape the garlic off. We're now going to prepare a stock for the dish. A stock adds flavour and can be found in a crumbly, jelly or liquid version. You will normally need to add water to your stock to dissolve it. In this case, we're going to add 100 millilitres of boiling water. Place your choice of stock cube in your measuring jug. Measure out your water carefully, looking at eye level to check it's the correct quantity. Give it a stir to dissolve it in. Now you've prepared everything else, you can prepare the meat. Traditionally, beef is used in a Bolognaise, however turkey is being used here. You will need about 200 to 250 grams of meat, normally about half a pack. Cut this in half carefully, making sure to remove the papery layer underneath. Discard off this carefully. Measure out a tablespoon of oil into a cold saucepan and place it on a medium heat. A single piece of onion into the saucepan and wait for it to slightly sizzle. If it's sizzling too much, it will spit at you, so turn it down a little. Place the rest of the onion in the pan and stir it until it's soft. Now crumble in your meat or your vegetarian alternative into the pan. Turkey will turn from pink to white and beef will turn from pink to brown. Now that the meat has changed colour, it doesn't mean it's cooked all the way through, but we can start adding the other flavours. Half of the stock has been added, along with some mixed herbs, a few twists of black pepper and the crushed garlic. Stir these ingredients through before adding the tomato puree by breaking the seal with the point on the cap and squeezing the tube from the end. Give this another mix through before adding the canned tomatoes. So we don't waste any of the remaining tomato, pour the last bit of the stock into the can, making sure it's cool, give it a swirl and then pour the rest of that in. Remember, cans conduct heat, so be careful at this point. Give this a thorough mix through before you can start adding your vegetables. If you've still got plenty of time left, put the carrots in first as these take the longest. If not, just add the rest of the vegetables at the same time. At this point, if you find your mixture is a little bit thick, add some additional water, between 50 to 100 millilitres, and stir this through. You can now simmer this until all the vegetables and meat are thoroughly cooked. Discuss how the reduction method has an effect on the texture and the flavour of the sauce and how this changes how long you might want to cook it for. Reheat your Bolognaise at home until it's 63 degrees or above or until piping hot.